in this video, I am going to be attempting to win a match of the finals without being able to hear any audio whatsoever. Now, this might not sound so difficult. It's probably not going to be the hardest challenge I've done for this game. The last one I did was pretty difficult. It was using the worst possible loadout in the game. That was rough. I did get this one done, but it did still take a couple of tries. Everything you're going to be seeing on screen is all of the footage from the actual game that led us to the win, let's say. So I was able to do it, but it was kind of not how I thought it was going to be. Some things I noticed was I started pinging enemies a lot more. I don't know why. That was probably just my way of trying to, like, tell where someone is. Because I didn't have the audio, I think I wanted to make sure my teammates knew where the enemies were as well, or something like that. But I just noticed myself that I started pinging enemies a lot more than I ever usually would, which is probably a good thing to do anyway. It's just not something I usually do that often, but it's something that I definitely should do more often. And not having audio just definitely made me more aware of that for some reason. You'll see here I do get a team wipe, and then I run away, grab someone's totem, and then dome, because I didn't get the audio cue for the team wipe bells. And then I look in the top left, and I'm like, oh, they got team wiped, because my teammates start chatting as well in the chat. So that ended up going well. But yeah, it was just, it wasn't really what I was expecting. The audio was a big part. I mean, obviously the audio is a big part. I mean, the picking the enemies was a big part. It's just not something I would normally do that frequently, and it's something I ended up doing a lot throughout this game. The second thing I noticed was I played much more seriously than I ever would. I was really, like, concentrating a lot. And maybe that's just because I knew I was, like, at a huge disadvantage to other people without having audio. But I focused, like, way more than I usually would. I don't really know why. I didn't really focus that much for the last challenge I did, like yesterday's video or whatever, for the, like, really hard loadout. For the light, I didn't really focus that much for that. Like, obviously I tried, but I felt like I was focusing more for this, and I don't really know why. But I think you're probably going to see that throughout some of these games. I think it's round 2. I have an absolutely insane game, and I just, like, killed everyone. I also get fairly solid teammates. I think we have a heavy and a medium, and both of them pretty much just know what they're doing. You know, the medium knows how to use the healing beam and defib, and the heavy, I think, also knows how to use their RPG and stuff. So I did get, like, decent teammates, but it's not like I got carried this time. In the light video, I did get carried. In this one, I don't. In this one, I do. I don't think I carry, because I think my teammates are good, but I think I play fairly well in these games, as you're probably going to see. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way. For the loadout, I'm just using the best loadout I could, because I thought this might be a little bit tricksy, and it was, because it did take a few tries, and I definitely took some getting used to. So just to make things easier, and so it didn't take that long, I did want to just try and, you know, like, give myself the best possible odds by using the best loadout, which for me is probably just Charge and Slam, Flamethrower, RPG, Dome Shield, and Barricade. I think that's just a very, very, very solid loadout. So now, without further ado, I'm just going to be, like, commentating on all of the gameplay, and I'll kind of be, like, skipping the boring stuff, and I'll be just going through the game and kind of try to tell you why I'm doing all of the stuff that I am doing. So we get the first cash out, and then we just head on over to Vault 4. I miss the RPG, then I'm shooting someone's turret. I open the vault because I do want that nice 1000 cash. I'm pretty low here, then I just start running away. I am detected by someone's sonar grenades as well. I was thinking about barricading the store, and then I see the goo barrel, so I just pop that there. By the way, you can hear audio now because I was still recording the audio and stuff. I wasn't wearing the headset, so that's why you can hear all of the audio and stuff. And now, as I'm editing it and as I'm, like, commentating, I can also hear the audio. Anyway, so I'm just running around the place here. One of the vaults is open. I am going to try and eliminate this person, which I am able to do, because if you get someone up against the wall with a Charge and Slam, their health bar is gonna just get deleted, really. They're gonna die real quick. So I'm very low here. I don't really know if anything's around me yet or not, because obviously I can't hear anything. A teammate does go down, so I see that. I start getting a shot. I can see the little arrow. And so I'm just going to grab my teammate's totem, and I'm just going to try and res them here, because I don't really know if anyone's around me. I probably could have got that res off, but I just kind of assumed that person saw me. Didn't seem like they did, but I am going to be able to get that kill regardless. Gonna just go straight for the res here instead of grabbing the totem. So, like, I think I actually play a little bit more aggressively in a lot of these situations as well, because on the one hand, I can't hear anything, so maybe you play defensively and you try and play passively and try and play, like, cautiously. But on the other hand, I think it's, I don't know, something about this challenge just made me play like super aggressively and like not very cautiously, but kind of in a good way. Aggressively is probably the right term. So I just grabbed Volt 4, pop that into C. Someone's sonar grenades are going off, but I don't think there's a fight for a few... No, there is a fight now. So, start getting shot by a light. They absolutely destroy my health bar. I barricade, and then I realize that's probably not the safest location, so I try running back to my teammates. I die. The light kills me with their XP54, and I am dead. I'm probably going to get rezzed by one of my teammates, though. I am. That stops, because I think they got obstructed by, like, a chair or something. Like when you start reviving and then something gets in the way, so the revive stops. This is a very juicy charge and slam. This is like every heavy stream, so that's very nice. It was really annoying, but I had to reload the RPG, so I didn't reload that before. I didn't think about that. That was going to be a really nice kill for me. And they're all fairly low, but I just wasn't able to get that last bit off. I switched to the RPG because one of them was further away, but I probably should have just finished off the one that was close with the flamethrower first, and then switched to the RPG just so it was easier for my teammates. So I got a little bit greedy there. I shouldn't have switched to the RPG. I think I also had to mantle, but I don't think that interrupted the like RPG animation at all, like the reload animation. I think I just didn't reload the RPG. So I have a little look down here to see if I can see anyone, and I can't. I set the goo on fire just because I can, really. And then I head on back over to the cash out, which is what we're trying to defend. We didn't get a team wipe there, so these people are still going to be around the place. Someone shoots me in the back. I see them, and I'm going to shoot them with my flamethrower, which I have just reloaded. They are dead. This person is dead. I get absolutely destroyed by a light there. They hit like every single shot. Yeah, M11 there. And someone else hit me a little bit as well, so maybe that's where the health bar went down quickly. And to be fair, the M11 is very good up close. So this heavy is just going at it. I coin because I think me and my teammate both coined actually, because we think we might be able to get back there to defend it, but someone starts stealing it at the worst possible time. And I think actually even if we really tried, I don't think we would have been able to have got back in time to defend it. Unless someone was stealing it like very last second, but that was quite unlikely. So it was a bit of a waste of the coin there. I kind of just misjudged the time on that one. I go for a risky res here, which does end up working. Just gonna peek down here, see what's going on. Can't see anything. Then I just go for the revive. I thought my teammate was shooting stuff, and maybe they weren't. I throw a barricade, pop a dome. There's a light over there somewhere. I grab the totem, and I just go for another revive. I am still detected by the sonar grenade. Teammate dies. I'm a little bit slow to pick up on that because, again, I can't hear anything, so... and then we just get team wiped. So not the best fight. We didn't get the cash out, but we are still somehow in second place. And there are only 10 seconds left in the game, so we're just going to win. So, even though we didn't get that cash out, and even though we haven't, like, we got team wiped, we're still qualifying. So that was definitely a bit of a weird game, but it did end up working out okay for us. And I just want to take a look at the kills here, because I think I did pretty well. Yeah, so I had 8, another teammate had 8, and then someone had 3. But that was, like, just a very decent game. And I think this is like my third round, like my third full game of like trying this challenge. So that was like definitely a pretty solid result. Round 2, we lose the first fight, we get team wiped. I think I got 1 kill and then we just get team wiped. And now we're heading on over to one of the first cash outs that were put in. There's a heavy with a flamethrower here. Whenever there's a heavy with a flamethrower, you just gotta do something to get extra damage, because otherwise you're just gonna end up trading kills. So I could have waited for my teammates to shoot them, but in the end I just charged and slammed because that does very good amounts of burst damage. So I just went for that, and then I continued with the flamethrower. 2 people here, take out one with the flamethrower. I can't jump this, and then I figure out they probably jumped up this way, so I do that. Always set fire to goo when you're heavy. It's just so satisfying, and it's very entertaining. You can just watch it slowly burn and crumble away. It's quite fun, so that's the only reason I did that there. No other reason, just because it was fun. This heavy is fighting this purple. I am reloading, and then they are dead. There's a heavy here that just kind of appears. I don't have a charge and slam, and I think I do try and reload, switch to my RPG, but I think the second I switch to my RPG, I get hit by what's it called? A glitch grenade or a glitch mine. Then I don't think I can switch to my RPG. So that's, I think, what happened there, because the heavy was low. I think I was gonna try and whip out the RPG and then turn around and shoot them with that and kill them, but that didn't work. And even if that did work, there is still going to be lots of orange people around that area. We do instantly go back to that. I dome, I RPG, I charge and slam. This heavy is low. I do try and finish them off really quickly, but I think that is going to cost me. I should have relied on my teammates there to finish off that heavy, because I think if I had done that, if I hadn't taken that like last second there to try and shoot them with a flamethrower to take them out, I think we would have got the cash out. So that was just kind of a risky fight, very last second fight, and we almost got it. It was very close, but we didn't quite manage. Going for Vault 3, and I just simply nope out of this situation. I think there was a heavy there with an RPG pointed at me, so I tried to evade. It didn't work. Break the zipline, because they're obviously going to be following me because I'm low. I RPG, and I do try and get a ground pound there. It doesn't quite work, though, because they place a jump pad, and then they get a nice shot off on me with the Model E-Ting E7, which is very powerful, so that just takes me out. I get rezzed, and so I am alive once again, and then I just go try and take these people out. Flamethrower wing this person, I get the assist on that, reload the flamethrower, and then we're going to take out this person who's probably trying to res his friend, but he's not actually, because that's a heavy and not a medium like I thought he was. I'm just bouncing up and down here trying to take this person out. I figure they're just going to slowly back off, so I just charge and slam, and then I hit them with a last little trinkle of fire, and then they get taken out, and then I think our teammate kills the last one on the enemy team. So that was a bit of a mess of a fight. I already have 8 kills, and it's, you know, not even halfway yet, so this is going pretty well for me, even though it's been a bit messy so far. We're doing okay. We actually are in last place, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but we get Vault 3. It's pretty bad time here to be putting Vault 3 into a cash out. Ideally, you'd want to like put this into the cash out and then go to the other cash out and then go back to the one you just put in, if that makes sense. But I'm not going to get into that right now. This is a challenge video, not a how to win at the finals video, so I'm going to skip to the fun stuff, which is right around here. The cash out's just more than halfway done. Our teammate is shooting at something. I was emoting in the corner. I dome, I pop out, I RPG, and I figure these people are low, so I try and, you know, follow up with a charge and slam. That was just an awful decision. They both went separate ways, so they weren't kind of all together, so that obviously isn't ideal. And with the charge and slam, after I went down and after I realized they were kind of separate from each other, I probably should have just gone through a wall and at least tried to like run away or get back to my teammates a little bit. So that was really just an awful play by me. But I do coin because I want to defend this, and I think there is going to be time for me to defend it. One teammate is still alive. Enemies haven't got wiped just yet, and our teammate is going to try and kind of prevent them from getting it. They do that. I don't have my charge and slam here because I used that just a second ago to try and catch up. RPG, and then I'm not able to finish them off with the flamethrower. So that was very, very close. Didn't quite work though. I think it did make sense to try and use the charge and slam to catch up to them, because that gives you a movement buff. So I tried to use it at the start to get a movement buff to get there in the first place. But if I hadn't used it, then I would have been able to have gone through the walls. So maybe a little bit of an error there. Maybe I didn't quite think about the actual layout of the cash out room, which is probably something that I should have done. Here I say just in the chat to go to the next objective, because that's what we need to do here. I think they said GG or something, and I was just like, it's not the end of the game yet. I would like to win this one, because it's always nice when you have nice teammates, and when you're doing a challenge like this, you get lots of different types of teammates, some that, you know, don't really know what they're doing, and some that like don't like if you can't hear anything. I think one person actually did realize that I wasn't using audio, which is quite funny. But yeah, I kind of just like these teammates, so I wanted to win this one so I could get the win with them. So I was like, you should go to the next objective, get a kill here. I really want to get this cash out, so I'm barricading. Heavy is barricading as well. I dome. I'm then going to reload my flamethrower. I think that light tried to stun, but it just didn't work. I go a little bit out of my own way here, which probably isn't fantastic. Everyone is dead. We do have the cash out though. I didn't realize we had the cash out here until right about now, where I realized I couldn't actually steal it. So I was just hiding in a really bad place for a second there or so, because I didn't realize we had stolen it. But we do have it. Teammates are probably going to coin, which is what they do. Someone starts stealing. I have to defend this, right? So I see them, and then I just charge and slam. I had to make sure I was on the ground, because if you charge and slam there with like a ground pound, I think sometimes that doesn't like cancel their steal in my experience. So I made sure I was like standing on a flat surface before I used that. Teammate just gets a whole lot of kills here, and now they're both up. This is a little bit of a waste of a coin for me, but I did just want to be back in the area, because I did think that there was a chance that both of my teammates would die here, and then maybe someone would steal with very not so much time left to go. And to be fair, I do get back around the 7-second mark, which is how long it takes to like steal the cash out. So in theory, I would have been able to have stopped it if someone stole it at the perfect time. So then we qualify in second place with that last cash out, and we're going to be on to the final round. I had 16 kills in that game, so that was a very good game for me. I don't really know how I got that, and I just think it's absolutely hilarious that I got a super duper high kill game while not having any audio. I just found that very funny. But yeah, on to the final round. I'm skipping the first fight because it really just doesn't matter much at all in the final rounds because it doesn't give you any cash or anything. But Orange won the first fight. They put it into this moving platform cash out, and we are now trying to push towards that. So, someone is around me, I dome shield. They do try and stun me from behind. I think my dome shield actually might have blocked that. I figure they're gonna try and run away and get their health regen up, so I charged and slammed through that wall, and that was a pretty lucky kill. I mean, the intention was to catch up to them and then kill them with the flamethrower, but I just ended up getting with the charge and slam, so that was nice. There's a jump out over here, everyone's alive. I figure I'll go for the cash out here because maybe everyone else is kind of running around, you know, fighting my teammates or something, so I just decide to go for the steal. There is a turret, but luckily it's not pointed the right way, so I'm able to not deal with that right now. Then I just destroy the turret, and I reload my flamethrower. And then, the enemies are still alive, so we do have to be a little bit careful about that. I'm going to barricade as much as I can to fortify this as much as I can, because the flamethrower is a close range weapon, and these platforms aren't exactly flamethrower range, so I need something to hide behind. And then I fall down, and that's really not that great. I saw that person use their jump pad. I probably should have tried to use that jump pad straight after they used it. And then my brain completely switches off for a second, and I just completely forget about the fact that there's not much time left on the cash out at all. So this loss right here is entirely my fault. I just had a brain fart. Resing there is just a really dumb decision, and that's what I decided to go for in a moment of brain not workingness, let's say. So yeah, that was just a really bad decision by me, and we lose that first cash out. So if the enemies get this one, then they win, and if we get it, then we have to get the next one as well. I RPG here. It's not the best decision to RPG if you can't follow up, but I think I am able to follow up. I just try and tail them. I dome in here because I think this is where the enemy went, and it was, but teammate eliminated them already. Now it's 3v2, which is pretty good. I think it might actually be a 1v3. I think maybe there's only one of them left alive, but we'll have to wait and see now if I get this team wipe or not. I don't, because they dash away. I think we might have killed one of them a minute ago, like off camera, but maybe not. I don't remember. I barricade here, and then I'm fairly confident for going for this steal. I've got lots of cover, including the cash out. We also have heals. If I start getting shot, the medium's probably going to heal me. Reload the flamethrower. I think I reload the flamethrower a lot more than I usually do in this game as well. I don't know why the audio would interfere with that, but I think it's just something I've noticed. I think at some pretty poor times I chose to reload as well. Not too sure why. So I can just see the projectiles there lobbing in, and I'm just gonna try and avoid those. I want more cover, so I place another barricade as soon as I can. Looking at where my teammates are shooting, obviously, because I don't have any audio, it's good to know where the enemies are. Get a kill there, which is pretty useful. I'm gonna try and get a kill off of this person. Doesn't quite work out, and I know the burn isn't going to kill them. I try and aim at where I thought they would be, which is on the kind of edge of that platform. It didn't really seem like they were there, though, so that was just an unfortunate shot. Maybe I just aimed it wrong, actually. That's entirely possible as well. Kind to switch my barricades around a bit because they've got... It's like more likely they're going to come from the side the barricades are now than it is that they're going to come from this way. So I just switched up the barricades a little bit for more cover. And the nice thing about placing these barricades is if the enemies start stealing, I can just charge and slam. So they're not really going to have any cover because the barricades will get turned into dust. So we just get that cash out. And now we're going to go on to the final one. It's going to be the final countdown. I guess I can show this fight. Why not? I get stunned here, and then I destroy them with a flamethrower a little bit. I am fairly low. I dome in case they try and follow up. Teammate follows up. I was gonna RPG, but they get the assist. But I do see someone super far away on the left there. They're not super far away, but I just get the res, and now we're all gonna go to the next vault. So we got the next vault. We popped it into the cash out, and our teammate did die. I don't think we wiped orange or anything. I think our teammate just died, and we didn't really want to go for the res because we wanted to kind of get this cash out going. I get an RPG there. I don't know where this person is, so I'm moving my camera around frantically. I don't really want to die here because it's probably going to put us in a bad spot for later, so I'm going to try and do everything. Teammate did coin here, so for a second I saw that both my teammates were dead, so I thought it was all on me, so I kind of like try and Rambo the situation. But then our teammate coined, so I definitely should have waited for that. But it's not something I really thought about in that moment. And I was gonna say wait for us here in the chat, but I think they know to do that already. Like I said, I have pretty solid teammates here, so I just don't really have to say it. Checking the timers for when teammates are gonna spawn. Teammate to spawn. I'm gonna spawn in 3 seconds, and I reckon we're gonna have time to do this. Like, there is still a bit of time left. Obviously, there's not going to be as much when I get there, so we do have to kind of like, we have to rush this fight, but only a little bit. We still have a bit of time. So hopping up the stairway, trying to get to my teammates. I just completely ignore that person. I go directly for the cash out because I don't know, I think it's gonna be rough to kind of wipe these people. The barricade wouldn't place there, and then there was a light somewhere around me. I do want to quickly get rid of this light just so I can get the cash out. RPG, and then I think they die to the gas, or maybe someone else kills them, I don't know. Obviously, I don't have a dome shield here, but I really do just have to go for the cash out. I checked to see if anyone is alive on orange. There are people alive. This light, I think, tries to stun me. But they missed the stun. It's the world's saddest stun gut miss. I really feel bad for that person. They jumped, they grappled. It was going to be a heroic finish for that person. It was going to be like a light versus heavy victory. And then they just mess it up by jumping before their stun shot. So it's a nice try. But we do end up taking the victory. So I had the most combat score, most objective, most support score, most eliminations. Tied, no, I had one less than the most assist. Tied for most deaths, which isn't great, but most revives and most objective. So that was just a fairly good game for me. I think I played pretty well, considering I didn't have any audio. And that whole game just went pretty well. There was like one really silly thing I did. I think it was in the final round there, at the first cash out, I rezzed instead of playing the objective. So there was like one really silly thing I did, but I was surprised at how kind of easy it was. I thought this challenge would be a little bit harder. I thought audio was going to be like a pretty big thing, and I thought not having it was going to be like a pretty massive disadvantage. And I don't think that's really the case. I think like it probably helps, but it's not the biggest thing in the world. And if you have like teammates talking to you, or if you constantly have teammates pinging where the enemies are, it's definitely going to be even easier than it was in this game. Because I was pinging the enemies, I don't really know why. My teammates weren't really pinging them so much. But if you tried doing this and you're, like everyone was pinging the enemies, that would probably make it easier as well. This is solo queuing, by the way. I was solo queuing here, so these are just 2 random teammates that I got from this game. But yeah, went pretty well, so that's another challenge done. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.